Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Yeah. Welcome back to Drop Your 3 Cent Show. About to show you just how this go. Yeah, we got Mark West over there getting a bankroll, and we about to get them pesos. That's not unless Trump close the borders. Then we all gonna have to probably pack some orders. We talk about maybe McDonald's or maybe Taco Bell. You really can't tell, but oh well, that's what you voted for. Don't get mad when they come knocking at your door trying to take out your next door neighbor or two. And you want to laugh like, who the hell did this to? Me? But that was you for not voting for the high rent and everything spent. Oh damn, I mean it's really evident. Some of these motherfuckers is really just that ignorant. And as I close it down, I don't know what to say, so we can go ahead and shut it down. I'm just freestyling and I'm wilding out. Go ahead and you can see what I'm about. Yo. What's good, man? Dip for a second. He's dipping.
What's good, my brother?
What's good, man?
What's good, man?
How you
my bad. How y'all feeling?
It was good, world. How y'all doing out there? Welcome back to Drop Your 3 Cent. We are back in effect. Thank you to those who tuned in for the special edition on Wednesday. We had to have a reaction show. I don't know if we could have just sat just 2 days as watching the world go mad. You know, of course, we had to put in our video and give our 3 cent, you know, and represent.
The world is definitely a miss right now. Definitely. I just been laying back and watching, man. And I'm sorry I didn't make the show. I had a prior engagement, but you guys held it down, man. Good job. It was definitely a good conversation.
Definitely, and we have to continue it on. So I hope the rest of the crew come through. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they better show up. You know what I'm saying? they better show up because they was in full force the other night. You know what I'm saying? And I was checking in and out. And I'm like, oh man, the one show I missed, everybody want to show up and be insightful and have the Pythagorean theorems and shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay.
The one you don't show up to, huh?
The one I don't show up to. But no, it was still a good show though. Hey, you guys touched on some good. You guys touched on some good stuff. Hopefully everybody will be back tonight, so I can bring my Malcolm X cup to life.
Oh, we got some things to talk about tonight. Man, how are things looking out there in Georgia?
Man,
since post Trump,
quiet as kept. Everything been kosher. You know, I don't see any difference really.
Oh, it hasn't kicked in yet.
I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be that much of a difference, but there's gonna definitely be some ramifications.
You didn't see
every election brings ramifications. When there's a transfer of power, there's always new rules and regulations that come with that transfer. So what y'all get to do is watch. Yeah, you did your part. You voted. You put your 3 cents in the ballot box, and they put it in the coin jar. So hopefully they shake it up and pull out something that benefits you, sir.
I don't know, man. That's part what we're gonna be talking about tonight. Tonight. We're gonna kind of break this down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
I don't know. Like I said, I try to be as unbiased as I can about it, but we definitely had to have a real conversation about why it was bad. You know what I'm saying? Why it was bad. Damn it. And I got you know what? I got to start remembering to write down my third word.
It should be red because that's what that map was. You know
I was going to wear red today, but yeah, I chose to wear black.
I'm just saying. I'm no Republican, but yeah, I'm not colorblind either.
You're right. Right. Where's Toes?
Man, I don't know. He better come on.
He over here sending attachments. He better send the link and get up on here.
Man, I'm telling you, he be going ballistic in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
All kind of stuff. There ain't no rhyme or reason to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get a political video and then you get a balloon pop video right after that. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, bro, where are we going with this, man?
Right. For those that are watching, make sure you guys are hitting the like and the share button.
Yeah, where's D? Where's Adoration? Where, you know what I'm saying? Where's the gang?
I haven't seen Tisha since October, so
I know. Hey, Sis been going through some things. You know what I mean? We can't wait to have her back.
Right.
When she get her life back together. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing. Sis,
I thought she was on tour. You know what I'm saying? She went back and left the Temptations again.
She might be. You never know. Maybe she was opening up for Beyonce at the convention. I don't know. It could be a number of things.
Right. Man, you ready to get into some ratchetness? What up, Certified? How you doing?
My brother, Certified. West.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into a little bit of ratchetness today. Let's see what I got for y'all. All right, we'll see you back in a few. It's your boy 3rd Degree, and I'm back with more ratchet news. What's up, y'all? Let's go ahead and let's get straight to it. Well, good old America has decided, and Donald Trump elected as 47th president despite his historic criminal convictions and controversies. I guess that's it. That's all the ratchet news. That's the most ratchetest thing we could ever hear for the rest of 2024. But I may have a few other pieces that are not so ratchet, but some are. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh, we gotta give a RIP to Quincy Jones. Legendary music producer has passed away, I think at 90 or 91. It's really sad. You know what I mean? He's pretty much wrote the soundtrack to all of our lives. So, I mean, this is really, it hits. We know he's lived a long, good, full life, but this 2024 has been rough. And he's produced legendary hits from Frank Sinatra to Michael Jackson to who else? Countless others. Mariah Carey, baby. He's worked with everybody. LL Cool J, Will Smith. So he's definitely going to be missed, but his legacy has been cemented and will live on forever. R.I.P. to Quincy Jones. A Texan woman dies after delayed miscarriage treatment under state's restrictive abortion law. Reports fine. R.I.P. to her. R.I.P. This is what's yet to come. But moving on. California court upholds conviction of Nipsey Hussle's killer, Eric Holder. Good. I hope he rots. He's a piece of shit. Moving on. Monkey outbreak, y'all. 40 monkeys escaped from a research facility in South Carolina, and police warned residents to lock their windows and close their doors. It's kind of sounding like Planet of the Apes, huh? Maybe you shouldn't be cutting up on. Anyway, moving on. After 2 years, the water in Jackson, Mississippi is still brown and still not safe to drink. So we're going to send prayers to the folks out in Jackson, Mississippi and in Flint, Michigan. Moving on. After avoiding mammograms for 8 years out of fear, R&B singer Shanice was diagnosed with an early form of breast cancer. She's encouraging other women not to make the same mistake. So we're going to send prayers and healing energy to Shanice. And, you know, I hope that she catches it soon, and I hope she makes a speedy recovery. I'm moving on. Rapper DDG asks fans not to bully Halle Bailey after blasting him for having baby Halo on Kai Cenat's live stream. So shout out to him for looking out for his baby moms, because I think he's understanding that right now she might be going through postpartum after delivering the baby. And regardless of whatever they're going through, he's sticking up and standing by his baby mom. So salute to him for being a man and doing what men do. All right, moving on. 21 arrested in Florida. Operation Skin So Soft massage parlor sting. It's crazy, you know. All these women were trying to make sure that they were going to survive the recession and inflation by getting their paper. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to hear. Crazy to hear. We're moving on. Regina Jackson, mother of rising NFL star QB for the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, is now a licensed sports agent and will represent her son in contract negotiations. So shout out to her. Salute to San Bernardino's very own, i.e. stand up. We in this. We got you. We see you. Shine. Moving on. Just Hilarious has officially made her return back to the Breakfast Club. And it's crazy because I kind of like Lauren LaRoche. I think she fits in chemistry-wise with DJ Envy and Charlamagne. So hopefully they give her a fourth spot and they make her part of the show too, because I think she's dope and she's a good addition. You know what I mean? Jess is cool, but I think the chemistry is just a lot better with them. But hey, there's room for all of them. So let's hope they do that. We're moving on. Nelly is ready to have another baby with Ashanti, and I don't blame him. You see Ashanti, right? When I get married, and especially with the way that my girl look, I'm trying to do the same thing. You know what I mean? So shout out to Nelly. Go ahead, Pimp Juice. All right, moving on. Last but not least, shout out to Compton's very own Kendrick Lamar. Earned 7 2025 Grammy Award nominations, 5 for Not Like Us. This man is shining. Check this out. In the Best Rap Songs Grammy nomination, Like That, with Future and Metro Boomin got him. Yeah, Glow, Glorilla, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, Asteroids with Raspity and Hit Boy, and Carnival with Ye, Ty Dolla, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Kendrick got this. It's his year, and I think he deserves to perform at the Super Bowl. So, but that's all I got for you. Wait, I got one more. The judge overseeing Donald Trump's 2020 election interference case has canceled all remaining court deadlines following his presidential victory. Maybe this was the plan all along. And I think the Democrats not showing up to vote this year helped this man escape jail. We will talk about this coming up. So that's all I got for you now. So let's get to the show. Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. We got Toes in the house.
What's good? What's good?
What's going on, man? I definitely thought you would have got caught up in that massage parlor, but I guess you made it out the back, bro. We appreciate you showing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I actually called
so
out.
soft.
I actually called out sick that day. I was supposed to work there. It was the Dodgers parade, so I didn't have to go to work. So.
Good stuff, man. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Man, anything you guys see from the Ratchet News?
I liked it all. It was pretty good. It's always entertaining.
Shout out to Daniel's mom, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge move, brother. When you talk about generational wealth, man, we've heard it time and time again. People in the sports industry getting taken full advantage of by people that's supposed to be managing them in their best behalf. And you know, it's good to see family step up, because that's not a walk in the park. You know, she had to go get some schooling, she had to get some qualifications, you know, to step into that market, especially as a woman. You know what I mean? Which is, you know, it's a very high man-rated industry. So, you know, she gonna be in the room representing her son first and foremost, and hopefully she gets some other clients, you know, in the industry that can help elevate her to the top. So I like that story. That was a good story. You know what I mean?
Man, he over there choking, man. He smoking that good? He smoking that lethal, huh?
Yeah,
Don't try
Trump president. Let me hit the blunt. You know
don't try no dry toes. You gotta put something on it. You gotta put something on it.
Oh my goodness.
Woo. Man, a piece of corn got caught in his throat.
Hey, Lord,
Cornflake
have
toast.
mercy.
But what else you see in there? You see anything else y'all want to touch on?
JD Vance, how he eats corn the long ways. That was.
I don't think that was in there.
I don't think that was it.
Okay. I thought it was.
I will say that I was completely accurate when I told y'all that man Trump wasn't going to jail by hook or by crook. You know what I'm saying? And I said that way earlier this year. I just wanted to,
I gotta eat that. You know what I'm saying? You yes, you called it. You called it. Because for the life of me, I did not see this shit coming. I did not see this
close. I knew it was close ever since the election, since the debate, and then when the problem with Democrats a lot of the time is they eat their own, and because Republicans or the GOP has no ethics, they have no morals. It's all about winning by any means necessary.
No, not all of them. That's not true. Not all of them.
Come on, we know the House of Representative Gates. We know he's having sex with underage girls, and he's still there. But then Al Franken, the comedian, he had a joke 15 years ago, and the Democrats forced that senator to resign. So it's not the same. The morale between the two are not the same. Democrats have higher ethics, higher morals. You can't name somebody else that is as dumb as Marjorie Taylor Greene on the Democrat side. The Jewish space laser, name one that said California fires are started from a Jewish space laser and then get reelected.
He might have a point with that one, Quez. I'm sorry.
And then Lauren Boebert, from the Colorado House of Representative, Lauren Boebert getting felt up at the performance of Beetlejuice, and then she still gets to get reelected.
Can I interject real quick?
Go for it.
This is why y'all lose.
No.
This is exactly why y'all lose. It's a whole bunch of whataboutisms.
No, it's about when.
Wait. Save it. Put a toothpick in it. We're gonna come back to that. So for tonight's show, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys are hitting that like and that share button, and you're hitting the notification, and you subscribe. If you're on Facebook, we salute you. You guys have been killing it with the rebroadcasting and with the shows. The numbers have been beautiful all last month. Let's continue on. Let's end this strong for the rest of the year. So I salute you. If you want to come on and be a guest, I have the link pinned in the comments on Facebook. Just know that if you come on, you have to if you're using your phone, you have to use headphones, and they work as a microphone. So they pick up everything. Your video picks up everything. So you want to make sure that you're sitting in a nice, quiet spot. You want to make sure that you're right next to your Wi-Fi. You want to make sure that you're not sitting on the toilet. Well, please refrain from eating on camera because it does look tacky. You know what I'm saying? Chewing and whatnot. Drinking is cool. You know what I'm saying? But please refrain from eating. You got to eat. Take it off camera. You know what I'm saying? Like Quez likes to say, this is a production and we're running the show. You can be clipped up and you can be put anywhere. And I don't want nobody getting mad at me if you over here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there is nothing wrong with Ghetto Productions. All right.
They made a whole network out of it. It's called Tubi.
Tubi, you know exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
Hey, I'm not gonna talk about Tubi in case a movie of mine end up on there somewhere. If I had to audition for a movie or end up for something on Tubi, you know, a couple of my friends got movies on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna start too much about it.
You know what I'm saying? It's still a production. We'll watch it in support of Third. You know what I mean? That's about it. I'm not watching nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Not watching no other iPhone movies. You know what I'm saying?
That's just really what it is. So that's really what it is. It's sad. All right. So, go ahead, Quez. I'm going to have to just kind of freestyle off the top. I had a good word for Third's word, but I was in such shock. You know what I'm saying? Like, first off, before we start off, RIP to my grandma. Today's her heavenly birthday. You know what I'm saying? She would have been 90. For me, it's still really, really, really hard. That was my rock right there. And it just, the world don't feel the same without her. So, I was debating on, here we go. StreamYard's ghetto. StreamYard's a new Tubi. I was debating on whether I was going to do the show or not today, but again, she knew me to be the constant performer, you know what I'm saying? So I know she would tell me like, "You better get on there and do that show and hold it down." So we gotta make this a hot show, definitely for her.
Man, dedicated to Granny, man. I can rock with that.
Yeah. Just for that, I'm not gonna cuss as much.
Well, here's the thing. The irony is my granny is gangster. You know what I'm saying? She was born in
yeah,
Alabama and she was raised in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm cussing twice as much. Fuck it.
She'd be the first to tell you that shit. Don't make me go get my gat.
Get the gat.
I thought she was playing until I found out literally she really knows she had a strap. I'm like, wow. My grandma. So if you know anything about San Bernardino, right? So back when I used to live out in Oceanside, I come back out to San Bernardino every other weekend or every 2 weeks or whatever. My grandma would come pick me up over at the Greyhound station right there off of 5th Street in G.
Yeah.
It's not there no more.
No, I know it's. Come on.
I'm just saying.
It's irrelevant. Yes, it's not there no more. But if you know anything about that Greyhound station, even back in the 2000s, you know it for one thing. It's Crackhead Valley. It's crackhead and hoes.
Yep.
It's like Light of the Living Dead. My grandma will be there at 7 o'clock at night, chilling, waiting for me to get off that bus.
They got the Tina, that crystal meth.
When I think about it in hindsight, I'm like, yo, I had my grandmother waiting out there at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock for me to get off that bus, and she was just cold chilling. Like it was nothing.
Your granny was good. You was the one that should have been scared.
Yeah,
she was great.
Hey, Granny was good anywhere and everywhere she went.
Straight. You know what I'm saying? You had to get to the car. You know what I'm saying? she wasn't worried about nothing. You know what I mean? Or you can come up here if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
Man, I remember one time like there's some people that came that ran into her yard. It was always this thing over in the neighborhood where the OGs were like, "Hey, don't mess with Mr. George's yard and don't even step in it." These girls thought that they were going to play hide and seek underneath the carport. She came out there with something. I think she came out there with her machete. So if you don't get the hell up out of ma'am, and they ran the hell out of there like she was not playing.
Absolutely, keep it moving.
Gangster. Right.
Should have listened to the warnings.
Right. R.I.P. to her. Happy heavenly birthday, but. All right, man. So, Quez, you know what to do.
Hey, man. Well, third, what is the word? You know what I'm saying? What you got for us?
I don't got anything from Webster's definition of it, but, we're going to say the words are conventional and unconventional, And again, I'm going to have to give props where they're due. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Democrats coming here stuffy, saying with a stick up their butt, like, oh, we're the Democratic Party. And we're going to do things by the book. And we're going to do it. No. They chose conventional. Republicans the MAGA Republicans chose to be unconventional in their method, in their approach, which actually proved to be a little bit more effective. They've kind of made the Democrat Party look weak. So, if we're talking about conventional and unconventional, I would have to say, hey, the unconventional method worked. And sometimes you have to step out of that. You have to step out of that in order to get some good results.
I disagree, but
I don't give a funk.
Damn.
That's not true.
What do you disagree with, Melvin? I'm curious. Let's start this conversation.
I don't see how the Democrats were how they were just conventional when they were using the same.
But before we get into that, let's get into some promo, and then we will start the show and we'll dip right into it.
Let's do. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're wasting time. All right. So
JD Vance is a dirty hoe.
Damn.
You don't like that dude.
Nope.
Now, conventional, unconventional. So Melvin, you disagree with my wording. I mean, but if you were watching the election, I mean, let's just think about it. The last little rally in Madison Square Garden, we're gonna use that as an example. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was the most racist shit I've ever seen in my lifetime as far as like a campaign.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's not unconventional.
Wait. I'm gonna let you rebut. You had dudes on there calling Puerto Rico an island of garbage. Dude was talking about eating watermelon with Jerome, saying how Mexicans don't pull out. You had other people calling her a cunt, a devil. What did Phil McGraw call her? A DEI hire? I mean, it was just blatant. You know what I'm saying? Would you think of would you think of any type of political party that would actually just go out there and be so blatant with their disrespect? I hadn't seen it. I have not seen it. I've not seen it with George W. Bush.
No,
I
but
hadn't seen it with
that is their norm, though. But Trump came down the escalator.
That's what I'm talking about, Melvin.
It's
the new norm for them. It's unconventional.
Well, if it's been that way for damn near 10 years, it's not really the new norm. You
get what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah. We've been dealing with this for.
Told Ronald Reagan as like the greatest president ever, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you see him coming through with his campaign or at a rally? You know, as much as they dislike niggas, because I mean, he made it known with not voting for Martin Luther King to have a birthday as a holiday. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we would talk about super predators and all this other shit. Let's not forget that he was the one that started the war on drugs on black folk.
Yeah.
So again, with their blatant disrespect, their blatant disdain, dislike, would you ever think of him to sit up there and go to a campaign or have people speak on his behalf, speaking racist rhetoric, knowing that they have to obtain a black or a Latino or a minority vote?
Yes, he did. That's what he's always done. Back in 2015 when he said,
I said Reagan.
People, Reagan.
I said Reagan.
The difference between Reagan was he went to Whittier College. Trump didn't really go to college. Reagan knew policy because he was a governor, ran a whole state.
So
Trump never ran anything in his life. So there's two ways of being tactical about it. But the whole thing about MAGA is to be unapologetic, be in your face, cry if you lose, brag if you win, and cheat to win. You see all that election fraud noise. I haven't heard. All of a sudden, elections are the most fairest elections known to man. After 4 years,
right about that one.
After 4 years of saying it was rigged, I haven't seen one MAGA come out and say, you know, it is kind of weird.
Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying?
Do you see the
convenient, right?
So it's the delusion. It's the delusion among his vote. Trump, like I said last time, Trump didn't get he didn't win really anybody over. The same amount of people have voted for him in the last 3 elections. He's been around for 3 elections now.
Okay.
The same amount of people. He's not winning anybody over.
So what did y'all do to lose it then?
Wait. So here, I got some numbers.
Megan the Stallion.
Can't blame Megan Thee Stallion. But
all that ass.
There's a lot of critiques.
Wait. Here we go. Here go the official numbers.
Quick before revisionist history kicks in. Donald Trump got 71 million votes in this election. In 2020, he got 74 million votes. In 2020, Biden got 81 million votes. In 2024, Kamala Harris got 67 million votes. So this right here is not a Republican victory. This is a failure of Democrats to turn out and vote. Period. That's 15 million less votes than she got than Biden. 15 million less. Not saying it would have made a difference if Biden ran, but boy, did y'all sit this one out. And we about to see now.
Before Melvin gets on his thing, he gets on his kick. I'm gonna say this. You know, the facts are facts. Quez just asked a very, very valid question. Why or how did you guys lose? There you go. You know what I'm saying? 15 million people chose to sit out. You know what I'm saying? So, so this is what you can't blame this on the Republicans. They did what they were supposed to do, whether it's MAGA, whether it's unconventional, whether it's traditional. They do what they always do. They get together and they unite. There's people in that Republican Party who hate Trump's guts. In particular, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance called him the American Hitler or something like that. So that I'm paraphrasing a little bit.
But the difference is
wait, because I got we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. So for those Democrats who sat out, you guys did this. For those, this is your fault. Because again, at the end of the day, by you choosing to sit out, and just like if you would have took a stance like maybe like some folks we know, and hey, I'm not going to vote for the president because they're both whatever, that's fine. But still go to the polls and vote. Because again, if you're voting for your party, look what happened. Fuck the presidential ish. The Democrats lost the Senate, and they're getting ready to lose the House. On top of that, they have the judicial branch, which is the Supreme Court, which is primarily majority Republican. So you're gonna have all branches of the U.S. government ran by,
and two more are probably gonna retire this year or next year. Within this 4 years, two of those.
Uncle Sambo Clarence Thomas, you know, saying like he needs
ain't really changing nothing. So they get one additional because Clarence Thomas wasn't doing shit for y'all anyway. But you know what I'm saying? So he was damn near MAGA too. But
for sure. His wife letting me know. So this is what I'm saying. So with that being said, and these are other facts that again, so we're talking about lifetime terms as far as the Supreme Court justices. So again, we just saw what happened as them repealing Roe v. Wade. So for the women who are talking about women's rights, whatever, now it's in the hands of some Republicans, extreme far right Republicans. And this is what happens when you don't go out and vote. So if you don't want to vote for the president, that's fine. But remember, you still have to vote for your House, and you have to vote for your Senate, and you have to vote for your locals. You have to vote for the people locally to represent your vote in order to change the Electoral College.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now you can get on your spiel.
Well, I was just gonna say it's not really. You can't blame Kamala Harris because she did the
not at all. Not at all.
101 days.
Not at all.
And she got out the million. If there's blame to give on the Democrats, it would be Joe Biden for not getting out of the race sooner.
Kamala did the best that she could given the circumstances. She's given
Joe Biden could have got out earlier.
And she made the best lemonade that she could have made.
Yeah, because he gave her 3.5 months after we all saw he was old and frail and he was supposed to leave. But he pulled a Ruth Bader Ginsburg and didn't dip out. And then now the Republicans did that. She was offering more Kamala Harris was offering more now than Joe Biden was when he ran. And people just still didn't show up. And it is what it is.
Can I be honest with you?
Go for it.
It was hilarious to see Joe Biden this week look the most sane he's looked in 2 years. It almost looked intentional. He was very coherent and speaking very clearly, didn't trip over no words, none of that. All of a sudden, I'm kin to believe that Joe Biden might have felt some animus with the Democratic Party because, as Third mentioned, they eat their own. They didn't feel like Joe Biden could have won that race after that debate.
He couldn't.
He could have. If we're being honest, he would have fared much better than Kamala. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest.
No, I'm being honest.
She lost 15 million votes because people didn't believe in shit she was talking about.
And how many? How many interviews she had to do? How many podcasts? There's no way
wrong places.
in hell. There's no way in hell that Joe Biden could have kept up with all that.
She did them in all the wrong places. She came to a demographic that was going to vote for her regardless, and spent all of her time trying to prove that she was part of the culture when she should have been proving that she was part of America and focusing on that intent. But she went on a hell-bent theory of, I'm black, I'm gonna make y'all believe it, and y'all gonna vote for me on identity politics.
She did
That's
not. She
what
did
her
not do
problem was.
identity politics.
You had 7 concerts, ma'am, where nobody really gave a damn. You know what I'm saying? That's where they fucked up at.
But look at the debate. She
How
said,
do you blow $1 billion in 90 days and still get no results? You got less votes in it with $1 billion worth of capital behind you. And I'm
because it's easier to vote for a raggedy old white man than it is for our
no,
articulate,
it's not.
justified. Yes, it is.
I would have voted for Michelle. Look,
yes,
if they
it
would
is.
put
It's
Michelle
easier.
Obama out there,
It's
they would have won.
easier. We saw it in the Democratic debates. All the old white candidates go far. If you're a female, you're not going to go that far. And if you're a female of color, you're definitely not going to go far.
You can't honestly say that
I agree with Melvin on that one.
No, but you can't say that when he just had his first term, he ran against Hillary.
Well,
she's a female that made it past all the older white male candidates.
You know,
with Biden coming directly out of the vice presidential seat of what may have been the most notarized president in our lifetime, Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? With that kind of candidacy behind you, you can't say that and be honest, sir.
Yes, I'm being 100% honest. Look at bringing up Barack Obama. We saw Michelle Obama, who up until that point was the most educated first lady in history. And they said she was a man. They said she was a transsexual. They said those kids weren't hers. They said she was a dummy. They called her a big butt. But then Melania Trump, who was just an immigrant who posed nude and got her visa, they said she was the new Jacqueline Kennedy. So this woman with no class, no education, no nothing is the new Jacqueline Kennedy, the new royalty of the president. And this the most educated woman is a man and a monster and a monkey. It just goes to the narrative.
All of that happened before Trump.
No, that was part of Trump's thing.
We're still doing whataboutisms.
No,
we're still.
He's right about that one, Quest.
We are still doing whataboutisms
because we're talking about two different things. We're talking about how America treats people of color, especially women of color. Because if white women were dying at the rate of childbirth as black women, we would have solved that case. Just like the crack epidemic and the drug and fentanyl. We needed to do something with crack. They did nothing with crack because it was black people. Now it's fentanyl. Oh, well, little Billy got out of rehab and he died on the streets. We got to do something about fentanyl.
Melvin, you know what's astonishing, Melvin?
What's that?
Is that I've been preaching this same message the entire time on this podcast. And now it becomes prevalent because your candidate didn't win.
I've been agreeing with you.
Now we have to talk about the stark issues that plague the black community. And when I was speaking on them, it was stop looking for handouts, quit begging, quit asking for handout so that you can just get up by your own gumption, strap up your bootstraps and get your life together.
No boots and
no
straps.
Now we're going to recognize systematic racism, which has been said several times on this podcast was irrelevant, but now the systematic racism is the reason why Kamala Harris lost the election.
No, Quez, I've always agreed that institutional racism is a big problem and systematic racism is real and prevalent till this day. But I also said that, hey, the election was not just because she was a woman. That played a factor. It was not just because she was because of her race, but that did play a factor. The American people just said, you know what? A lot of them were like, you know what? I want to just stay out. Then, like the Palestinians, the lefties, the youth vote that usually votes for Democrats, she lost that vote because of her stance on Israel, and that didn't make a goddamn sense to me. Because when Trump was in office, he said, stop feeding the Palestinians, cut off aid completely. And so
but you know what he didn't do? He didn't start a war.
You can't control another country.
Let's be honest. What
What
wars
war?
were we in during Trump's presidency?
Well, the Syria, ISIS,
What
What are you
new
talking
war?
about?
No, what new wars were started under Trump's presidency?
the Syria
Yes,
Wait,
was
guys, America didn't
adoration.
start
Please,
the
come on.
Israel.
Please, come on. I'm
America
ready.
didn't start the Israel-Palestine.
yeah. We didn't start that
Hey,
one. That
Didn't
was
start it.
Hamas.
Guys,
United
listen.
States didn't even
No.
start the
Listen.
Russian and Ukraine war.
They didn't
what
start it.
what I'm
Guys,
saying is the prevalence of power, right? Because what happened? Kamala Harris went over there and talked to Ukraine and Russia. 3 days later, war started. Right? Then comes
what?
No,
Oh my God, guys.
did the
But
war not start 3 days after she
that
met
has
with
nothing. That has nothing to do with the
Did the
U.S.
Yeah,
war
nothing to do
not
with
start
her.
3 days after she met with
That
him?
that has nothing to do with
That
U.S.
has
influence.
everything to do with it
No, it doesn't.
because the world powers don't care how you guys feel about y'all political candidates. They care about what power structure they feel threatened by. Nobody felt threatened by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris at all. And
Nobody felt
you
threatened by
seen it
Iran.
just yesterday.
Iran didn't feel threatened by the
Putin
United
came
States.
out.
Then.
Hey, listen, Putin came out yesterday and said the Biden Harris presidency never reached out to him and tried to speak to him directly in diplomacy, but he's willing to talk to Trump.
Because
And if
Him and Trump are friends.
no matter how you
Wait.
feel about
Let
it,
him speak. Let him
no
finish.
matter look, take your feelings out of it. This is what I've been telling you guys the entire time. Take your feelings out of it, and let's look at diplomacy worldwide. Everybody doesn't have the same stance across the world as we do. They don't. They don't give a shit about your equal rights.
Wait, Melvin. You'll get to it, but
about y'all not being misogynistic. They don't care nothing about that. They care about who's gonna put a power move in place that may affect their country in terms of tariffs or whatever the case may be. If you disagree with them, that's just being realistic. Now go ahead.
All right, no, hold on. Before you get off, Melvin, Adoration, how you doing? I want to give.
Good.
We got to let everybody else.
Okay.
We got to let everybody else get
Yeah.
their 3 cents on the show too. So, Adoration, Jess,
Okay. Jess, you go first because I'm a little late.
I'm good. Adoration, you can go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Like, I want to make sure I'm on topic because I heard a couple different topics. Like, since I got on, I couldn't hear you guys when I first came on. But I think we're just on the topic of Donald Trump, and I understand Quiz is saying like, why? Okay.
So I'm gonna back you up just a little bit. So I started off the show with pretty much who is at fault for Kamala Harris losing, and we played a video clip of Democrats not coming out to vote. There's 15 million Democrats who did not come up and vote for Kamala Harris this year. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what they did the last election for Joe Biden. So the blame has to be placed on its party, and a lot of the responsibility has to be placed on the Democratic Party. Because again, that they went about trying to pick a candidate without giving her a fair shot, without giving her a good 2 years to try to campaign or get ready to run. She had to go do this within 100 days. 100 days.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, I pretty much said that the Democrats,
it's not
they let themselves down with this one, and now they're about to feel the ramifications of it.
It's not the Democrats though. It's not. It like I said before. You could blame them to an extent, but if you're voting for a pile of shit, but it's the American people. If you're voting for a pile of shit, you know what Donald Trump has to offer. So if you're voting for somebody who's gonna change fundamentally against everything you believe in, and somebody that's qualified, and to give them a chance, and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay home. It's those people. It's the American people. It's their fault. It's not the Democrats. They know what everybody knows what's on the ballot. If you're a woman, you know what was on the ballot. If you're black, you know. If you are Puerto Rican and you heard that, you know what's on the ballot. If you know what is on up to vote, you know what democracy is up to vote. We've been saying this for 4 years. Nothing is going to change them.
This is why you guys lose.
I have a question,
I
Melvin.
promise you.
Yes, go ahead.
Let Jess go, and then I'm
go ahead, Jess.
Go, Jess.
Go ahead, Jess.
So there was just 2 candidates on the ballot.
No, there wasn't.
Well, there was
So
Jill
if
There was
someone
Stein.
Jill
else
Stein and-
decides,
There was
so if
Jill
someone
Stein.
else,
Wait, Melvin, go ahead, because no, there was more than two candidates, but go ahead.
so if someone else decides to vote on the other candidates, what does that mean?
Oh, that played a part in it too.
I
Well,
count
that-
as a
It's the same
non-vote.
outcome, though.
Wait,
No,
no. So wait.
To answer
Kamala,
your question,
wait. Let me give the facts real quick, and I'll let you get in, Melvin. So because this shows that I'm not trying to put nobody on blast, but if you voted, then you know that yes, there were like 4 candidates for the presidency.
I see.
So there was Trump, there was Harris, there was Robert Kennedy, who took himself out and endorsed Harris, but yet
Jill
still his name
Stein.
was still on the ballot, and Jill
Mhm.
Stein. So with that being said, so votes that could have potentially went either or went to Robert Kennedy, and he did it was a deflection, kind of like what Kanye was trying to do when he was running.
But yes, to answer your question, there
Okay.
essentially there was more than 2, but in a 2-party system where the 2 main powers are the other candidates play spoiler. And Jill Stein got a message from Vladimir Putin say, "Yes, we support you, Jill Stein." Because and to go back and digress to Quez and what he was saying is it makes no sense that what you said about Harris and the war and all that's not part of foreign policy. That's not part of anything, because the same could have been said if you really deep down would research the Doha Accord, with the Taliban reached out and said, "Thank you, President Trump," on Twitter. "Thank you, President Trump, for not letting that woman in office." So the Taliban, the same Taliban that Trump released 5,000 of them, and he was friends with them because they invited him to Camp David. And then if you look at Iran, you asked about the war, what war was started under Trump, and what new war? When President Trump assassinated the Iranian general, and then we went after the other one with a dog. Remember, he died like a dog. That whole thing. And then Iran sent off 100 ballistic missiles to the army base that was stationed in the region, and over 150 soldiers had TBIs. Trump later said they just had small headaches. If one and the part of the general that came out, General McChrystal and Stanley said, if one soldier had died, they already had a contingency plan to let off more ballistic missiles and essentially start a new war. Luckily, they were just have PTSD. Some were severely wounded, and
So I was accurate in
TBI
my
energy.
statement. You,
So
you
that
took
that
a long path to say I was right. Okay, I appreciate
so
that.
that was a proxy start of war.
But
It's
did the
like,
war happen? It didn't.
and then with the Kurds,
That was
which
my point.
yes, with ISIS, the battle with ISIS happened more under Donald Trump.
The
in
battle with
Syria.
ISIS that we were fighting for 20 years.
We
Yes,
didn't
sir.
go. No, ISIS was started in Iraq and the Caliphate. We didn't battle them in Syria. That was under Trump.
Mhm.
I'm
And
gonna
then
say
we
this
left
to Melvin's credit.
we
I'm gonna
abandoned
listen to Melvin a little
our
bit. He's in the
allies.
military.
We abandoned our allies, the Kurds, under Trump too. The people that were fighting terrorism with us, we just left them high and dry under
Mhm.
Trump too. So it
All right, let Adoration get her point out, because we keep cutting her off. Adoration, go ahead and
Exactly.
get your issue.
Yeah, no, hey, I mean, I'm not really sure. Like I said, when it comes to the topic of like, I don't think that number one, I agree with third in that the Democratic Party, the actual party, kind of let themselves down. I think they were like, okay, put up Biden for reelection, and then they realized how
No,
unpopular he
no,
was.
that was Biden who did that.
that's
That
Biden.
was Biden's fault. He chose to
That's
run.
what I'm saying.
So
So
when
I'm
initially,
blaming
yeah.
him and
So
his
initially, when
party.
he came in, he was supposed to be a one-term president, and he was going to pass the baton and all this other
Mhm.
stuff. But once he started seeing like the numbers, where he got a little punch drunk, and saying he decided to
Mhm.
run for a second election.
But he's
Right.
always
But
been the
I'm
most
sure they had
unfavored.
that conversation with each other and were like, 1 second. What? I'm sorry. I'm sure they had that conversation as a party and they were like, oh, yeah, let's go. You're already president and you're already up against Trump. There's so many Trump supporters. See, Trump had a strong base. He had a strong base of racist people, and that's just the truth. Right. So they were like, hey, we need to get you up there. Once they realized in the pre elections and everything that this guy was not a popular vote, I think Biden was like, hey, what if I just dropped out? Like I'm
No,
Sleepy
no,
Joe, I'm this and
no,
that, and I
no.
think
He
that's
was
why.
he was forced to drop out. So the thing
Yeah.
is, so the thing that you're missing that iteration was that
Hmm.
up until the point he was vehemently I'm not gonna drop out. I'm in this race because he had bad polls, he had a bad
Hmm.
debate, everything. But he was, I'm standing strong. I'm standing strong. I'm good. I'm good and good. Then literally over a weekend, come Monday. Oh well, it was Sunday. I remember it was Sunday, like it was vividly. Well, I'm dropping out. Da, da, da. It's because that's when they had to come to him as a collective, and they had to tell him like, "You're
Right.
not going to win this. You're not going to win
Yeah,
Well,
his
that's what
close
I'm saying.
family had
I'm
to
talking
come
about the
to him.
process.
It wasn't
I
even
mean
just
the
a close
process that
family. Come on
happened.
now.
Like,
All right, let's pop the bubble of this whole idealistical shit. All right. So the Democratic Party, saying the Republican Party, and this whole if you watch fucking Scandal, I mean, they show you how this stuff is ran. You know what I'm saying? They have these meetings. You think of a secret society. They come together and they say, "Oh, this is who we're going to put out. We're going to
yes,
support. We're going to
exactly.
rally. We're going to put money." Da, 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 da. And again, this is stuff that we learned in economics. We learned
Yes,
this back in history class. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did JFK win his presidency? Because he was going against, who was it, Nixon at that time?
Yep.
JFK was a young, vibrant guy. He chose to use makeup when the cameras were on him. He looked cool. He was speaking. He was a handsome dude. Then you put him in contrast to Nixon, who was, I'm not putting on no makeup. He looked old. He looked decrepit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look as appealing as JFK. So they pump him up into the media. This is how JFK actually won his presidency on top of his father, low key. You
right.
know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So I mean, we're talking about politics. Politics are politics. So
But
yes.
then
So,
Harris should have beat that old dementia-ridden old
No,
no,
white
but like
man
I'm saying
in the
though,
If
no.
she
like
street.
would have
with
had a real shot, she would have beat him.
Yeah,
But
there's
you know what the
Right.
difference? See, this is my problem. Nobody wants to place the blame on the Democratic Party, and it's completely their
that's what
fault.
I'm trying to do. But
It is completely their fault.
I
They,
don't think
I
so.
mean, I just
yes,
did though.
because
I blame them.
what did I tell y'all before Joe Biden dropped out? The only way that Kamala Harris can run for president is if Joe Biden drops out, so they can keep that money. They were
Mhm.
focused on the money. What did I say? You guys got a better chance of using Gavin Newsom or Michelle Obama to run for president with such a short stance. You
Well,
guys decided not to do that because the Democratic Party wanted to keep the money,
keep
right?
what
They didn't want
money?
to have to send it out and
Campaign
resend
money.
it back. And that's where
They
they
would have been able
fucked
to
up
keep
at.
the same. They would have been able to
Nobody was
keep.
going to vote for Kamala like that.
They would have
Period.
been able to keep the same money because it's held in the DNC. So it's
No, it wasn't. It was under the Joe Biden and Harris ticket. So once both
yes,
of them
but
were removed from once they were both removed from the ticket, they were going to have to redistribute that money and send it back.
And
but
start
They had
over.
to
most of
send
the
it back to the donors.
And
And
start
then,
over.
most of the money is held by the DNC and the DNC and RNC and the PACs. So the PACs
Mhm,
can send whoever they want, and the donors would have to request. They don't have to. They don't have to give it right back. It's a donation. So
mhm.
you would have to request your money if you don't like who it is, and if it
And you don't think that would have happened?
no, not if they put out a better candidate. If you're telling me if the choice was I sent my $100 to Joe Biden or I'm going to send my $100 to Gavin Newsom,
Mhm.
I would have sent in another $100 for Gavin Newsom.
Exactly.
So it's not it's
That
not
was good. That was good bait
I
right
wouldn't
there.
have taken my
I
money
wanted you to
out,
say,
but I wouldn't have taken my money out. I would have donated more. That
but I
but
wanted you to say, sir,
taking my
that
money out
most
is
people would have voted and recontributed to Gavin Newsom compared to
I
Kamala Harris.
I was on
That's what would have happened.
Quez. We said the
How you
same
doing,
thing.
D?
I said the
I tried to get
same
into how you
exact
doing.
thing.
You know.
I said Gavin Newsom
I'm
should have done
good.
it, but I told you if Gavin Newsom ran, then Harris wouldn't have been able to because they're both from the state of California. So one,
Mhm.
they could only go from one. And I said
Okay.
Gavin Newsom would have been a way better younger male because right now it's
Bunch
misogyny's
of
on
old
the
white men.
thing
Right.
and everything else. So it's not you can't blame I blame Joe Biden a little. I blame Joe
No,
Biden,
he has
but
blame.
but I
He has
blame
blame.
the American people because if you want your democracy, like you say you do, if we're living up to these ideals, then there's really nothing to
What
contrast.
Melvin,
what
but the
portion of
one
American people are you
Wait,
blaming?
why can't he finish though? Why he can't finish?
I'm just asking questions.
Well, first let him
I'm
finish what he's got to
I'm
say.
saying the American people, because you knew what was on the ballot. Women, if you're able to vote, and you saw under Trump you lost more rights, why would you not then step up and vote? If you're Puerto Rican and you heard what he says, if you're Black and you know that you have children and you see the police and the immunity,
Right.
and you don't want to go, and you say, you know what, fuck it, they'll put more dollars in my pocket, then you made a selfish decision and now your child's at risk.
I have to stop you a little bit, Melvin.
No,
I have to
go
stop
ahead.
you a little bit. So the one group of people of Americans who are exempt from that are Black women. Can nobody say good Black women came out and showed out and did what they were supposed to do?
But at the same time, it doesn't. More people needed to show out. I'm just saying.
I agree. I agree,
And
but
if you look at the number, Black people showed out less this time for a Black person than they did for Biden. So yes, some Black people need to take the hit too.
Right.
No, sir. This is the problem with the Democratic Party. You keep trying to blame Black people for shit. We are 13% of the population.
He said.
Hold on a second,
Black women got the
exemption. You still have that graph of who voted, male and female. Can you
that
put
just
that
means who came out.
I got it.
That's
he's
just
saying he's
that's
not
the
saying
percentage
that.
of
He's
who came out.
saying who came out.
I understand.
He said who came out. The other ones, if they would have came out, it would have been a lot bigger. Of course, we had the most, and what came out.
Lost.
The difference. How do you know that?
She still would have lost.
How do you know that?
Because my point of the matter is, Black people
you're guessing.
No, I'm not guessing shit. This is just regardless. 15 million votes wasn't. There's only 40 million Black people in America, give or take. That's a good guess. I'm giving you guys
just like Obama won.
You could still win the presidency like Trump did the first time.
Here goes the graph.
Right. So let's look at the graph.
Here goes the graph.
Why are we blaming Black people?
Hold on.
Why are we blaming Black
Hey, please, can I speak?
Go
White
ahead.
men, 39% Democrat, 59% Republican, which they came out and voted for Trump. So I'm just gonna say 47% white women came out for Kamala Harris, 52% came out for Donald Trump.
White people are
the
majority.
Wait, Black men, 78% came out for Kamala Harris, 20% came out for Trump. Black women, 92% came out for Kamala Harris, 7% came out for Trump. Latino men, 44% came out for Kamala Harris, 54% came out for Donald Trump. Latino women, 61% came out for Kamala Harris, 37% came out for Donald Trump. All other races, 50% came out for Kamala Harris, 45% came out for Donald Trump. So, Latino men,
hold on. Before you
Latino
on,
men, white women, and white men.
Gap of non-voting, sir. Look at those gaps of non-voting. Look at those gaps of people who didn't vote. Who has the largest gap?
Right? Black women.
You're not gonna know that number.
But okay, I'm not going to play like anybody.
But you can know that number based off the percentage of population.
But I'm not gonna play like anybody's stupid.
Tutor,
but
we don't play tutors.
If percentage, the way percentages work, if we have 100%, or we have 100,000 people, and 92% like that voted for Harris come out and vote, that is 92% of 100,000. Right. But if we have 1 million and there's 92% that come out, that means 9 million or 900 and something thousand. So if you still, the percentage can remain the same, but if the number of people don't come out, then that percentage doesn't really add to the real value of what's going on. So Black people came out at the same percentage from 2000 or 2020 and 2024, almost the same percent. went for Donald Trump. But the amount of people that voted made the difference. And there was small swing states that made it a huge difference because they didn't show out. So you could have 92% with 1 million and
that's
10
black
million.
people, right?
So no, but that's what was Quez was say, or that was Third said, well, black women. And I'm like, well, black women came out the same percentage in 2020 as they did 2024. The number of black women that came out is what matters. So look at the number, not the percentage, because that's
so black women. It's black women's fault. Okay,
no. When I was talking about what Third referenced, I said all Americans. So if you want to come at me for saying all Americans, then that's a different conversation. But if you're just saying black people, no. But I started off by saying that all Americans.
Melvin and D is that when it comes down to the conversation around this election, it always reverts back to black people didn't do their job.
No, you want it to be that way.
No, I don't want
it. One at a time.
It's only coming from you.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
It don't come from everybody else.
Hey. One at a time.
Okay, but this was coming off of what I said.
And I sat here,
Melvin.
He came to fight and argue.
No, I didn't.
We handled this already on Wednesday.
But it makes no sense. Third,
wait. Hold up. Pause. So again, we had initially our show was going to be a reaction show, but again, I didn't want to wait till Friday, and especially when the elections happen on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking content, then yes, we have to be in play for content. So we had to put out content, especially right after the election. But I also said we were going to continue this on Friday, because if we don't continue on Friday, guess what's going to happen to our core audience that comes to watch us on Friday? Numbers are going to do.
Third, when you're critiquing what I said, the very first words out of my mouth was the Democrats are to blame, Joe Biden is to blame, and the American people as a whole are to blame. I didn't mention black people until you said black women were exempt. And then we had the whole statistics debate. You said black women should be exempt from that conversation because they came out. I didn't bring up black people. I said America as a whole, because we live off this ideal that America is for justice, America is for freedom, and that was what was up there. So if we're talking as a whole, it shouldn't be an argument if one of the candidates is a rapist and a racist, and the other is not and is a qualified person. I would rather give my dollar to a qualified person, not knowing what they're going to do, but trusting that, than a rapist and a racist. That is a common sense vote.
So I hear you. So with that being said,
there's not much to do then.
Let's look at the facts, all right? So the person, the much better candidate would have been Kamala Harris. If we're talking about policies, we're talking about stance, we're talking about stature, we're talking about all that other stuff, that person was the better choice. So the question we have to keep coming back to is, so why isn't that person in this seat? You get what I'm saying? And so again, it's not all Megan Stallion. You know what I'm saying?
It's because of racism, misogyny, and
no. And so, Melvin, I'm not disagreeing with you. That does play a part in that.
And
we can't keep doing that, Melvin.
But it's the truth,
Melvin. We can't keep doing
it's the truth. Sir. How can you be a Latino?
So let me ask you.
Wait, let me get off.
How can you be a Latino? They call you shit, a rapist, and all this. And I shared in the group how the man who said, "Oh, I'm immigrant. Yeah, I just became a citizen. We need to deport all of them. Yeah, I came here as a dreamer, but I'm even though I didn't do it the right way either, get rid of all the other ones." That doesn't make any sense, because
Melvin,
when you're on the ballot, Trump wants to get rid of all of you.
Melvin, when I told you there was this fake black and brown coalition, and it was bullshit because they all want to be in close proximity to whiteness, you motherfuckers thought I was crazy. You guys looked at me like I was fucking dumb.
I've never said that.
Now you put something in the chat that shows exactly what I was saying. They don't give a fuck about each other. They damn sure don't give a shit about your black ass, my black ass. When I say these things, I don't be talking from emotion. I be talking from what I see in society. This is societal clues, sir. I don't be trying to argue with y'all based off emotional stance, right?
But nobody's disagreeing.
So we're gonna let everybody else get in. So
nobody disagreed with you, though. There's not an argument.
We have other people disagree with me, sir.
No, I think you're remembering it wrong.
Am I lying, third? Because third was there.
I have to go back and look at the footage.
Look at the footage, because I've said it a million times. There are people that vote against their own interests.
When I said there was a fake black and brown coalition,
you did say that,
trying to put us in the same boat that blacks and Hispanics need to be together, and I said that's bullshit because Hispanic people want to be white and they don't give a damn what happens to black people. And I've said it several times on this show. Everybody, well, you're just being racist. No, you're being biased.
I didn't come out with that.
No, it happened, and
I've always said black and brown need to come together.
No. So Melvin,
there's nothing wrong with saying
Melvin. There's nothing wrong with that, and you're valid in saying that. That's what needs to happen. But what Quez is saying, is saying that it's not happening like that. We're thinking. So what we would like to see, what we know as common sense and an idealistical sense, this is what needs to happen. We're 100% agreeing with you that it needs to happen. And this is you coming as a black Latino. We understand, but is it happening? And this is further proof but this is further proof.
I said that too when I said Latinos and Catholic and Latinos and Hispanic, they're more Catholic and they vote more Republican. So it doesn't make a lick of sense for us to pander to the Latino community as if it's just like the black community. I said that they're more about family based and they don't care about the gay culture. They don't care about all the other things because they are more religious based and Catholic based, and they want to be American. I've said all those things. So it's not like I'm saying something crazy or foreign. I'm saying what we do need is white women to come on our side. What we do need is more Mexicans to come on side, but they're not. So what do we do?
Dope. Okay, now so again, we gotta let everybody get off. We can't consume the whole show with this two and this two. You know, saying we all just looking like everybody gotta get off and say what they need to say. So y'all, as a whole collective, why do you feel minus Quez and Melvin, because we got their spill, but I need to hear from everybody else. How do you feel, or why do you feel that Kamala Harris lost the election? But make sure no $3. We gotta keep them away with 3 cents.
For me, Megan Thee Stallion. We don't need to have no Turk off. Sorry. There's a lot of black people that are educated and don't need Megan Thee Stallion to vote for you. Sorry, Kamala. Just saying. She's a woman. Nobody voted for Hillary to win. She didn't win. And she's black. Sorry, Quez. Yes, she is black.
And of immigrant parents.
All right. Tish, D, adoration.
Let them go.
I'm taking a breather because I told y'all I did not want to discuss politics again. I have been waiting for the election so this could be over. And I was not going to come up. Okay, I was really not going to come up. Yeah. So I even said I was not arguing with people for the rest of the year. So I'm not coming on here to argue with anybody. I'm dropping my 3 cents, which is my opinion. And if you don't agree with it, oh, well, it's still my opinion. So I'm not arguing with anybody. And the moment that it gets heated, I'm disappearing. That's how I'm doing. I'm protecting my peace. One, I really agree that the reason why she didn't win is because she's a black woman. Yes, she's a black woman. When you're a Democrat or a Republican, that doesn't mean you automatically have to vote that way. You choose to vote whatever way you feel whatever side is gearing to your appeal. So there could have been Democrats that didn't want to see a Black woman in presidency
Yes, there
and
were.
decided to vote for Trump.
I know the people.
Or decided not to vote, period. At the end of the day, I don't care what party I'm on. I'm individual at the end of the day, and I'm going to vote how I vote. So to blame it on directly how the Democrats, I don't like that. Also, too, Quez, ever since I've been on here, I never said that you were racist or any of this stuff. My problem is when we use wording that includes everybody, I've said it before, there's some people that are willing to be with us to help. If that's the case, those statistics that we showed, the Latina female vote should have been 0 for Kamala. The white women that voted should have been 0 for Kamala. There are some people who are willing to fight for the cause. We can't sit here and say that everybody does not do so. That's where my problem is. So right now, how I feel about the election is done. What's done is done. So what we need to be talking about is how are we going to try to fight for the rights that may be taken from us, whether you're Black, Latina, Puerto Rican, or whatever the case may be, because there's going to be a fight on our hands. When Social Security gets cut off and your parents can't get Social Security, when the Medi-Cal and the Obamacare go away, and some of us who are getting medical from the Affordable Care Act, because it's not called Obamacare no more, it's the Affordable Care Act. And when people attach Obama to it, that's when it's like, oh, I have to cancel it. What happens when you lose that? Anybody who's on food stamps, what happens if you cannot afford to feed your children because prices and everything else is going to go up? What happens then? This is what I feel needs to be talked about, because that's what's going to affect us now, because we cannot turn back the time and elect Kamala. So that's why I feel all this, why she lost and all this other stuff. To me, I feel it's a waste of time, because we cannot turn that time back. And we want
you got a good point.
We want
it's a valid point
as a collective, but when we arguing and stuff, we're not welcoming people to even join the collective if we're arguing amongst each other. That's how I see it. We're not giving a welcoming door. So that's my point. That's my point.
All right.
Only thing I would say.
Wait.
Real quick. The only thing that she left out was federal aid, Pell Grants, and FAFSA will get canceled as well.
All that stuff that I was able to use. You're right, Melvin.
All right, before I let you get off, D. So again, valid point. Now I will clap and I'll applaud to that. But again, so history repeats itself. So again, if we're over here, we're not necessarily over here, quote unquote, arguing. But again, we got to talk about some of these problems that have plagued and what happened, why this woman lost. So therefore, you have 4 years to get together and to dissect and diagnose what went wrong so you can correct it, and therefore you can sit up here and fix it the next go around. So this is a healthy dialogue that we need to have as a discussion. Because I let you get off. I let you get off. So again,
that's fine, because I'm about to disappear in a minute, because I'm not arguing.
No. We let you get off, and I'm not arguing.
Hey, you better not go nowhere, David Ruffin.
No, and again, so this isn't an argument.
I'm going. Once it gets to a point where I don't want to talk about it,
this is
deuces. That's how
this is not an argument.
But
wait,
the third point.
Wait. I'm still not finished. I keep getting interrupted. So again, the thing about it is that yes, we need to come together and have this talk because it's a healthy dialogue. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily sit here and just to argue, whatever. People need to sit up there and they need to know what went wrong so you can fix it for the next go around, so we know what not to do different. So when we have people who are saying like, oh, I'm not going to vote for the presidents because I don't like either one, and we have 15 million people who did not show up for the Democratic Party that voted in droves the last election. So those 15 million that did not vote, they sat up there and did not vote for Republican, nor did they vote for the Senate. So now you're talking about all these rights being taken away. Why are they being taken away? Because now the House is lost and the Senate is lost. On top of that, you have the judicial branch, which is the Supreme Court, which is now Republican majority, which is lost. So now when they start repealing some of these things like Roe v. Wade, or they start taking away your Medicare and all this other stuff, whatever you just talked about, is because it's a hard lesson learned. It's a lesson, but a lesson nonetheless. That yes, you need to go out and not just vote and get caught up in the hype, like Quezza said millions of times. You have to go out there and you have to vote for your Senate, you have to vote for your House, and you have to know who you're voting for locally. This is a lesson that we need to talk about. Now, go ahead.
I get it 100%. I get it 100%.
As I said on Wednesday, our problem is that when the people didn't come out. My thing is when people don't read and pay attention to what it is. Don't come by hearsay or rumors. When it affects you, I don't care if it was a Republican and Donald Trump. And I'm Democrat, I would have voted for the Republican. Anybody but Donald Trump. Because if you don't get out there and vote, just like I said on Wednesday, just like I've been saying on my page, if you don't, you cannot sit up here and complain when that immunity kicks in and the police can do whatever they want to you or your child and hem you up. You cannot go sue. You cannot do nothing but sit there at your house and deal with it. Lick your wounds and keep going. When that Medicare, that disability, that Social Security, your parents right now, your grandparents that's getting that Social Security is about to get affected real bad. Because where's he getting the money from? Because he's going to cut the break on the rich people. You're not getting, and for the ones that's black and Mexicans that say that they're going to get a check, you ain't getting no stimulus check. Okay? And what is $1,200? If you think that's a lot of money, then you got a problem. You need to go back to the drawing board and get educated on funds and try to do better because it's not going to help you. But when that money, just like now with medication, if you got people that, like me, I take a lot of medication. You got people that need insulin. You got people that got all kind of stuff going on with them. That's gonna be full price now, if not half. Do you know how much that is? That's a lot. And I don't think people are understanding that part. They're so stuck on, oh, we don't want this black woman, or how did she not make it, or y'all didn't do this right. It ain't a matter of that. Or I ain't voting for neither one of them. Okay, but then when this cracks down, this affects you, what he wants to do. What Trump wants to do is going to cause it. And I'm going to tell you something else, which I'm sure, Melvin, you can try to help me back me up on this one, because I don't know all the particulars. So my son was talking too much last night with him being in the military. Yes, Trump is going to end up starting a war because China is saying that we don't pull out of Taiwan, it's going to go down. That's another problem that we have. So he is going to start a war. And he already said he was going to bomb them. So at the end of the day, and the only reason why that Putin said that is because him and Putin are together. Kamala is not going to go talk with Putin because of the fact that he was already under investigation with Trump. Why would she go and sit down with him? And she already knows which side he on.
Well, Putin didn't want to sit down with Kamala.
But you said, was it you? Or somebody said that he never got a call to go sit down with him or call.
Quest said that.
Okay. So this is the reason why she probably would not do that, especially when there's investigation. Especially when Trump has done all this. Him and Putin are like this to take over our military.
Sorry to cut you off, D. It wouldn't be Kamala Harris wouldn't talk to Putin because she's the vice president. It would be Biden.
Yeah, she would.
On Biden.
Right. And that too.
You don't send your VP to talk to a CEO. You send another CEO to talk to the CEO or an equivalent.
But didn't Putin refuse to? Didn't Putin refuse to talk? Yeah, he didn't want to meet up with Biden because again, it's Biden.
Well, they met at the G7 and
the one time
the UN, and they've met at several other things.
Right.
And he told Putin to knock it off and all that other shit.
But Putin is like this with Trump.
It doesn't matter to those. And to back G's point on the Taiwan thing is because China wants to take over Taiwan by 2026 to 2027. And so the current U.S. doctrine is we support Taiwan no matter what. And so we would go into a war. And so China said, well, be prepared for going to war because we're going to go in at this time.
Exactly. And it's going to bomb California.
And that's Trump's fault because America made that a standard.
No,
well, it's been a standard.
Wants to go and bomb them.
It's been a standard for 40 years. You can't just be like, oh, well, we're going to change our standard.
I'm being as fair and as biased as I can be. I didn't mute my mic. I didn't shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be as fair and biased as can be. But there's a whole lot of participation trophies going on. And that's what's wrong with America right now. Where is the accountability for the people fucking up? Yes, you don't have to agree with Trump. You don't even have to agree with Biden. You don't have to agree with any of these people, but not being willing to sit down at the table because you disagree with somebody and then in the same term call them stupid, dumb, retarded, whatever acronyms you want to use to describe people because you don't agree with them.
But Quez, at the same time, it's about morality. There's no either it's moral to say that I believe in Jesus and I'm a Christian, but I'm gonna fuck my porn star a side piece while my wife is
Right.
nursing my kid,
We ain't getting
It's
no
or
notification.
it's the same thing.
We ain't
They
getting
are
or
no
moral.
notification right
it's
here.
it's a
But
morality
Melvin,
clause.
When you
Okay.
said the C word, that's when the monetization stopped. You know that's a term, that TOS word.
but
And
Melvin,
you
The what?
said the whole word.
you have to be
When I said the what?
When
T?
you said
What
the
I say?
C word, you
Yeah,
The
said
C
the
word?
C word.
What
Yes.
What's
was
the
the C word?
I'm
Oh,
not gonna say
yeah.
it.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I
Don't
got
get
you.
Yes.
us
I got
caught
you.
up. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
Thank you.
Look,
I like
listen.
I like
So
my
will
C.
a
But
Republican
Melvin, no,
government be
time out.
beneficial?
Time out. You can't say. See, this is the problem that I find with this morality, right? It's we get to pick and choose, right?
yes.
It's saying we're misogynistic because of old religion, right? So in the same breath, you got to say God's misogynistic because he set up the way this was supposed to go with being God, man, wife, children, right? So he's misogynistic. Then you got to say we're being morally bankrupt because we're fighting to abort children no matter what the reason may be. God put whatever situation on you for it to be for his glory, right? So we got to be fair across the board. Yeah, if you're going to challenge God, challenge him all the way.
Well,
or if we're going to use him as the
if God
moral
really
compass,
wanted,
use it all the way,
God,
sir.
if
Okay,
God
y'all.
really cared
All
about
I'm
abortion,
saying.
if God really cared
Okay.
about abortion, he
Hey,
would talk about it more in the Bible. He talked about love the most. So if you're voting for a candidate that's focusing on hate and revenge, then you're going against God's teaching anyway.
Anyway.
all right.
So
So look, this is what's going to happen. This is where has been put it up in the media, whatever. As soon as Trump won, saying this is kind of like, hey, this is what you get, what you vote for. So here goes another clip.
Well, that's right, Brian. The American people delivered a resounding victory for President Trump, and it gives him a mandate to govern as he campaigned, to deliver on the promises that he made, which include on day one launching the largest mass deportation operation of illegal immigrants that Kamala Harris has allowed into this country. It includes drill baby drill and expediting permits for nuclear, for fossil fuels, for an above all energy approach that's going to bring down the cost of living in this country. It includes on day one bringing Ukraine and Russia to the negotiating table to end this war and returning to the very tough sanctions on the Iranian regime so we can stop the chaos in the Middle East. The American people are clearly longing for the policies of Donald Trump. They despise the policies that the Harris-Biden administration have implemented over the past 4 years. And the Harris-Biden administration will go down as the worst, weakest, most corrupt administration in our nation's history.
no, that's propaganda at its finest. It didn't give
This is
him.
America, though.
Yeah, but
That's
think about what
Fox
she
News.
said. She said the American
You
people
said
gave
what?
her a
I
mandate.
said it was from Fox News.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. They're
The
known for
American
that.
people, the American people. She was
it
saying
lie.
they gave him a green light to do everything they wanted, and if half the people voted for you and the other half didn't, that means that half the people don't like your decision. And if you're ruling over everyone, you need to come to a middle piece so that because you got to be the president for everyone. Unless you're a dictator or a fascist, then you don't care what the other party has to say. That's the only way it works in a democracy.
Right.
But that's oh, you for I sent you a clip third where he said that Trump talked about naturalized birth anchor babies. He called them.
Wait.
Okay.
I didn't get that
Like,
one, but
okay.
so again, I asked before I got cut off. Or while y'all were speaking, I was asking. So, do you think that a Republican-led Congress would be beneficial for America? And again, this is what happens when people. I don't know why people are voting against, like you said before, Melvin. They're voting against their best interests because then we start seeing stuff like this.
On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures. and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
Melvin, I had to take you off the stage because you were eating. Big ass spoon, one in your mouth, bro. Like I said, we got a production. I already gave the rules. So yeah, we'll wait for you to finish. This is still eating. Right. We can see them. The world can't see them though.
Come on, y'all. What y'all got? Come on, man. What was wrong with that clip? Let's get straight into it. What's wrong with that clip?
I don't think that the only thing about that clip was it was the old time play of divide and conquer.
Bullshit.
So that gender affirming care spent it. Okay, that's what, probably like $50 million, $100 million. Okay, you know, we spend that on testing new weapons. We spent that on uniforms that the military only used for 3 years and threw them all away and give them to.
I don't care about none of that crap.
So,
can I ask a realistic question?
That's the point.
Wait. Can I just ask a realistic question?
Quest, write that question down. Write that question down. Quest, write it down real quick.
The only thing I'm saying is,
Melvin. Go ahead. Adoration, go ahead, because again, we'll be on here all day. So Adoration, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that the point that I was trying to make earlier was basically that America has two different stances. It's either for the one or for the all. And that is the concept that America built itself on. It built itself on the for the all concept. So what Donald Trump just said, for me personally, right? For my stance personally, I don't agree with people changing their children's sex. Doing that gender affirming surgery at a young age, I think that is just, and me personally, I think it's diabolical. Especially when they're sneaking your kid hormone blockers at school and they're not telling you about it. I don't agree with that, right? But here's the thing that I say about America. Now, I don't live there, so you know what I mean? People be like, well, you don't even live here. And to be honest, I don't live there for a reason. However, America's either for the all or for the one, right? And a lot of people this election that I know who are Democrats, who vote Democrat, I mean, for all their lives, voted Republican this election because they don't want certain things. And I understand. However, what a lot of them don't understand, and I'm talking to the Black people, and I'm talking to the Latino people, and also the women, is that America is either for the all. That means, you know, give me the Statue of Liberty, give me your poor, give me your weak, and I'll do this and I'll do that. Or it's for the one. And that's not you. That's white men.
Right, no doubt. No doubt. So, Quez, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out, Quez. Go ahead.
Now, Adoration went right into what I was about to ask because Melvin and Dee both live in California, right?
Yeah, I do too.
They no disrespect. They have young children under their care in some form or fashion, right? Yeah. And just like Adoration said, what was wrong with that clip with him mandating that it should be a crime to attest something sexually driven to these children and not have to disclose it to their parents, which is actually a law in California where these people don't have to let you know that your child is willing to have a sex change. And then my federal dollars have to fund it as, again, in my tax dollars, something that I don't agree with, which I can't even make that a real argument because my tax dollars fund a whole bunch of shit that I don't agree with. But when I have the opportunity to protect children against something. We're talking about the one versus the all, right? It's a very small percentage. Most of America is heterosexual. Let's just be honest. Most of America is heterosexual. So now we're choosing to make laws based on a small minority group of individuals who feel a certain type of way. And now it's trickling down to our children, right? To where we got to have these books in the school, where we got to allow them to have sexual education before deemed necessary. And I didn't see nothing wrong with him fighting against that. And that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of those places turned red, is because they don't agree with that either. And we cannot lie and we cannot debate that in the past 5 to 10 years, there has been a heavy movement on the LGBTQ community taking over political spaces and taking over rights that are governed for individuals and bullying their way into the system. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a problem with them, whatever they decide.
I'll let you guys both get off. So the irony of that video wasn't necessarily for that. You know what I'm saying? It was because I've seen a few like gay people. I've seen some transsexual people yelling MAGA 2024, MAGA 2024. They've been over here really promoting this stuff, and they voted for Trump. And so for me, my ignorance is because I don't understand or get, just like the same way I don't understand or get how some of these people who are, if you're not within a certain tax bracket, within that 1%, why are you voting Republican anyway? Because those tax breaks aren't going to affect you either. You know what I'm saying? So for the transsexual people, especially this one that I see on Facebook, who literally had to go get a sex operation, he's literally saying in verbiage what he's saying. He's talking to you, but you're over here promoting and clapping, and this is what you voted for. So when it comes and affects you,
emotions, though, sir.
No, it's not my emotions. I don't.
That's an emotional response.
Wait, bro. You interrupted me. You interrupted me. I don't have no horse in the fight. Why the funk would I care?
You don't have a horse in this fight.
Bro. I'm not gay. I'm not gonna say I don't necessarily care about gay rights because I don't like violence upon them. There's certain things I don't agree with and I disagree with, but I'm not about to sit up there and disparage a certain group of people because of their sexual preference. What they choose to do is what they choose to do. It ain't my business. I really don't care.
Disparaging them.
No. So I really don't care. My problem is that the fact that you have people who are ignorant enough to sit there and vote against their own beliefs. You vote for this man who's over here saying verbiage. So for the Mexican and Latino men who are saying, "Oh, Trump 2024," yeah, there's probably some family members you might have that's undocumented, or just like I said on Wednesday. You know, if they bring back this whole stop and frisk or stop and search to see if you got papers, whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? It's going to affect you too. But this is who you choose to vote for because of what? That's all I'm saying. So
we're getting that now, third. And second of all, even people in the LGBTQ community believe that that's bullshit. They believe that we shouldn't be messing with these kids. They understand that. So
I don't know. I haven't talked to nobody from the LGBTQ with that stint. I don't know. I can't say.
They are against with indoctrinating children at an early age.
You're muted.
We can't hear you, Tish.
There are people in the community who don't agree with having minor children go through the sex change. The law here in California is that the school teachers, educators do not have to notify parents if their child decides to switch their pronouns or their names. The reason being is some of these kids go home to their parents who do not agree with their whatchamacallit, and they are being beaten, they are being starved, they are being all this. I have people I know personally that when their parents disagree to this, that's what happens to them. They get beaten and abused by the people who are supposed to be caring for them. So that's what that is. Me personally, I just, like I've said before, I don't understand why everybody's in the bedroom of everybody else personally. Why is everybody concerned about what other? I know we protect the children, but at the end of the day, that's that family. I understand there should be rules for minors. I'm all for that. They should not have to go through gender transition. But if you got old enough children or old enough adults who's able to make that decision for them, whoever they lay with, Why are we so invested in their lives?
Right.
Because Tisha, they're creating laws.
At the end of the day, they are human beings, and I believe that every human being, regardless of what sexual orientation they are, should receive certain rights. I mean, do gay men marrying gay men or gay women marrying each other have any effect on your life whatsoever? None.
Nope.
If they decide to adopt children or find a way to have children, surrogates or whatever else, what effect does that have on our lives? None.
What effect does?
They should still be able to get human rights.
What effect does having drag queens come to the library in elementary schools and read to kids have?
But they don't.
Wait. Let me get this off, Melvin. What purpose was it of Trump instigating a sex act on his thing, and nobody said nothing about that? He showed how to give HEAD at his rally, and nobody said anything. So
we kids in elementary school.
Do one thing.
Were we talking to elementary schools?
People were taking kids to these rallies. The people were doing.
Adoration. We'll get to the next adoration.
Yeah.
Look. Let me just say this, and I'm gonna be quiet. Look, if we're gonna keep advocating for modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, when this shit burned down, y'all stand on that, because that's where we're headed. You know what I'm saying?
And when they were reading regular books.
We can't say we believe in God and then question everything that God said was wrong.
But we can't sit there and say,
wait. Hey, y'all. He was.
You can take me off because I'm gonna go too. My thing is we can love people without being judgmental. Why are we inserting our beliefs on other people? We are supposed to love our neighbor as we love ourselves.
We're not judging anybody.
Oh, you're going to create rules that keeps people from living their own lives.
We're not judging anybody. But I don't want you to have access to my children in a public forum where you get to decide if I'm not there that, because your daddy might tell you that this is wrong, you could tell me and I don't have to tell him. No, because I'm going to tell my child that it's fucking wrong.
That's not what it's saying. And let me say this. We're watching a video of a known liar. Okay, go ahead, Adoration. Sorry, I'll talk after. Go ahead, Adoration.
And this is the only thing I'll say. When it comes to Democrat, Republican values, we can't argue morality. And this is why. Listen, this is why. Hear me out.
I'm listening. Because I agree.
There's plenty of stuff, a million things in both parties that are extremely immoral, like very immoral. Okay, in my opinion, right? We say conservative, but then we go and we watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and find out they're not allowed to get epidurals, but they're allowed to get plastic surgery. We find out stuff like that. They're swingers. They got to do all the sexual stuff. So let's not say, oh, Utah, they're just so good and conservative. No. Trump, he's trifling. That's why when people come to me and say moral, I'm like, Trump is not moral.
Yep.
Okay. This is what it comes down to. Neither party is moral. When we talk about parties as in what they believe in, okay? Everybody has a different moral code, but everybody can agree that stuff on both sides is immoral. I have gay friends who also disagree with children getting their sex changed. We disagree with that. But they also disagree with the fact that Trump, at an old age, looked the little 10-year-old girl in the eye and said, I'll be dating you in 10 years. And also said, if this was my daughter with her on his lap, I would be dating you. That's disgusting. Okay, let's be honest. So it's not about morality. What it comes down to is what is going to be beneficial for you. And I think Quez keeps saying this. So let's talk about it, though. What will be beneficial for Quez? Okay? Honestly, I'm going to say it. Don't come for me, Quez. Keep your mic. When your sons grow up, you don't want them getting shot in the street and you can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
If you're a Puerto Rican person, when he comes to do the roundup of all the people who don't belong there, he's going to round you up whether you got documents or not. And they're going to find out if you have documents after they arrest you. I've seen it happen.
Can I be honest, Adoration? They are doing that
Can you give me a minute?
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you asked me. That's why I came off mute.
No. I'm sorry. I wasn't asking. But what you just said.
You kind of did actually.
I'm sorry. No, I meant it as a recorder.
You asked me. You said Quez.
Rhetorical question.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't asking.
I heard her say quiz. Like, so yeah.
No, I was just saying what's gonna be beneficial for Quez. What's gonna be beneficial for me? My brother just left America, and I'm glad he did because that's why I'm not there. But like Quez just said, they're doing that now. But let me tell you something, y'all. How much more are they gonna do that once there's immunity? They can't get in trouble. There's no reason for them to stop. Nope. The KKK. A lot of them, the officers that are in the high ranking and the police officers, they are KKK members. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the thing is this: what I tell people now, I listen again. I disagree with a lot of stuff on both parties. I'm not even gonna make this up. I disagree. Super. I'm part of the end the war on Palestine thing. Okay, but I know personally that America doesn't have that control. But the point of the matter that I'm making is, both sides are moral. So we don't have to sit here all day and argue immorality. Immoral across the board. Smear. However, when you're voting or when people are voting, when people come to me with the argument that Trump is moral, well, this, that, I say we can argue for years on both sides. What it comes down to is what's going to happen to you, what's going to happen to your children, what's going to happen to your reality. Again, it's either America for all or America for one. Okay. The one is not. No doubt. You're included in the all, but if you don't want other people
beautifully
to have
said.
Right.
Beautifully said.
All
Go
right,
ahead, Melvin.
This is what I was gonna say. One, we're listening to a clip where Trump is oversimplifying and lying directly about the policies. So take that into account. He's not quoting the policy verbatim because he doesn't care about the facts. And if you look at the slim percentages, 0.001 of parents that are allowing their kids to have gender affirming care. But what he did there is those, let's say 10,000 or 100,000 out of the 350 million Americans, he made it me against you, my God against your God, my morality against your morality. And like I said before, divide and conquer, because now we're quoting the Bible and now we're talking about but the matter of the fact is, it should just be up to the parents. If the parents want, I don't want anybody telling me what to do with my kid, period. I don't care what it is. But Trump and the Republicans, that's what Adoration also was alluding to. It's about what it is for you. So if you have the proximity to whiteness and you are white, then you stand to gain from a Trump presidency. And you stand to gain from the lawlessness. You stand to gain from a lot of that because, one, most likely, according to the data, you own your house, you're in the stock market, you have a 401k. All those things are things that people care about that are screaming for Trump. And so, and the other end is us wanting America to be equal. You can't have it both ways. You can't ask for equality and then pledge an allegiance to the orange Jesus. So either you want everybody to be equal and everybody to have the same status and the same lives, but that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the few and the powerful and the rich and the influencers, they're going to gain and we are going to lose. And so that is what the main thing that people are missing, the American people.
No doubt. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Right.
I would say this real quick.
It ain't gonna be real quick though. It ain't gonna be real quick. Hold on.
Real quick.
I got another
adoration. I got something to say real quick.
Yeah. What I'm gonna say real quick is so that we need to study into the Trump policies and figure out. Me and my siblings are doing this now. Figure out where to place your money. Figure out where to place your bet. Figure out what to do in that economy. Because to be honest, while it's gonna be terrible, there's also, whenever there's a flip in how the economy works, there's a cash grab.
I agree with you on that one too.
Yeah, but the problem there.
Okay, wait, Melvin,
okay.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. I'm gonna need a drink.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, go ahead.
All I wanted to say was, me and my mom were talking about it, and the little bit of time that Kamala had, she did pretty good.
Yes.
Saying.
Yes.
As far as what?
I agree with you.
The numbers.
I agree with
Oh,
you.
the numbers?
She did amazing.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%.
No, like I said, I mean,
I
she was
agree.
giving lemons, and there were some dirty lemons, but she made the best tasting lemonade
Yes, she
can
did.
make. So no one's not going to necessarily fault her. The one thing that I would say is that yes, she needed a new campaign team. There were some things where again, for the people
Megan Thee Stallion.
no, come on now, leave Meg alone.
Just
No,
saying.
Did
with
she even
Quez,
get
You
a
wanna go
vice
for her? Go
president?
right ahead.
Quez hit it really pretty much on the head. We don't care. We know that. Okay, we know that you're black. We know that you're South Asian. We know that you're this. We know that you're that. You're talking to a group of people who are going to vote for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? We already know this.
Mhm.
You're talking to the people like me who know that strategically, I don't really subscribe to her, but I'm not going to vote for Trump. You know, and I'm gonna have to research and learn who she is. But
Right.
what she needed to talk to was the people who had major questions about her and her stance. Those are the people who she needed to reach out to. No, it wasn't. No. So no. We're not doing that.
Hall. She did.
No,
But
we're
to
not
be
doing
fair,
that. No,
to
wait.
be
We're not
fair-
doing that. We're not doing that because again, at the end of the day, there was a healthy amount of black men who have felt a
Yes.
certain type of way about Kamala Harris. And if you don't believe me, here it goes right here.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. Make America great, man. Donald Trump for president. 47th president. And y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all thought I was the one tripping. Oh, Le'Veon Bell, man, he a cool. Le'Veon Bell, he got CTE. Oh, do I? Or do you? Trump the 47th president. Like I try to tell y'all.
You said in your word, God, that a woman can't lead. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in the Quran, Father God. So right now we just give thanks and all honor in your son, Jesus Christ, for bringing Trump back to the White House. I got my president back. Hold up that fist. Oh, they tried to kill him. They tried to convict him. They tried to wrongfully convict him. They tried, Father God, just thank you. We give all honor and praise to the son, Jesus Christ. Yes, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
A lot of reality.
Coonan is
Now,
Coonan.
Can we?
So again, what I'm trying to say is, or the point that I'm trying to, and I know those are goofy clips, especially Charleston White, because he's a complete goof. You can unmute yourself, sir.
Coonan is Coonan. There's no way around it.
Because, bro, what the fuck was that?
Thank you,
What was
Quez.
that
was
supposed
reality.
to
Thank
do?
you.
That was the 20%.
Well, see, again,
Bro, what was that?
Say it.
That was Coonan.
What?
But can we look at the numbers though of
That-
the men who
and
voted
how many-
for Democrat?
And how many black
Most
men are
of them
misogynist?
no black
Most
men
of them
showed up.
voted-
A majority,
Most of them voted Democrat.
Oh my
It's
god!
just
a majority.
I'm finna get on your ass.
Stop.
Don't do that.
A majority of black men showed up.
Here we go. We
But
use
how
we
many-
just use two ignorant ass niggas to show how black men feel, and I don't feel that way. That was the dumbest shit we have seen all night. Don't do that. This be the problem. This is what's wrong with
Well,
the Democratic Party.
wait.
No.
Go ahead, because I wasn't coming for you.
Democratic
I wasn't
Party
coming for you.
because we just looked at numbers where a majority of the black collective voted
Yeah.
Democrat. We watched almost 50%
Exactly.
Hispanic
I
men not.
agree with
We
you.
watched 50% of white men not. We watched 50% of non-white or Hispanic men vote Republican, and we still pull up clips that show black men saying, we're the fucking problem. We knew it. I thank Jesus. Oh my goodness. That is bullshit to me. That's what's wrong
Now-
with the Democratic Party, because you guys don't target the right audience, and then when you do, you fucking berate us with bullshit, ignorant niggas. Stop doing that.
No,
But
so
what is not
wait.
true, or what is true?
Why is she Dr. Payne now?
In the
She
black
dropped the mic.
culture, what is
Look,
true?
stop. Wait, Melvin, stop,
What?
Melvin. 'Cause I got to rebut. Again. So you can't, Quez. I love you.
Don't
you,
get
Quez,
your
but you can't
feelings
say,
in the dead of
you
your
can't
voice.
say, hey, don't get emotional, but then get emotional, because again,
Thank you.
at the end of the day, I did not say that represented you. You're putting yourself,
Right.
inserting yourself into that category.
Right.
These were two goofy ass dudes. I literally said
Quez
black
voted for
men,
Trump.
majority black women, they're exempt, but a majority of black men actually came out and they voted for this
Do
woman.
like that.
But there
Yep.
is a pocket of black men who we've seen. I'm talking about the Judge Mathises. I'm talking about Laura Jamar. I'm talking
Ray
about
J.
a lot of these black men who are
Ice
stepping on these
Cube.
platforms.
Carlton.
Wait. A lot of these black men who are stepping on these platforms. I've only showed 2 ignorant ones because they're goofy, but there's a lot of them who are saying, "Oh, Kamala ain't black." There goes that misinformation. Oh, Kamala is a hoe. Oh, and there goes that. Oh, Kamala did this. She had 4 years to do something, not knowing that hey, the vice president can't do shit. So I wasn't talking about you specifically. There's a group of motherfuckers. There's a group
when we keep trying to use.
I'm not saying you. I've never said you. I've never said you.
Don't go right because.
But then you can't say your people and then you don't want to vote for your people.
No, I never said
that again, Melvin. Say that again, Melvin.
You can't say my people and then you're like, don't vote for her. She's not black.
Thank you.
When she's part of our
That's
people.
how.
I never
So
said
that.
Yes,
I never said that, Melvin.
You can't go ahead. You hear this?
You said stay home.
I'm trying. I see your hand because we only got 8 minutes. So, but go ahead, T.
We do this every time. I let you guys have your Democrat conventions.
I get it
all the time.
And my comment was short.
I know. I'm gonna get
way of thinking.
I'm gonna get to you eventually, T. I know, T. I'm gonna get to you eventually.
We knew this was gonna happen. Yeah.
I'm gonna get to you eventually, Tish. Go ahead, Tish.
My only point is this: we have to remember where these things come from. It's social media, right? You have to take what you find on social media kind of with a grain of salt. Because a lot of people do stupid stuff like that because they see the majority of the people do it and it brings views, likes, and all that stuff, and they get monetized for that. So not saying that there's not people out there who feel that way, but that extraness is a lot of times done because we watch it, we've reposted it, and people.
I did to show those goofy ass niggas.
Yeah, but I get that. I'm saying a lot of times they get monetized when we watch, when we like, when we comment, and a lot of it is done just for social media. Remember, people don't want regular jobs no more. You ask little kids what they want to be. They want to be a content creator. They want to be an influencer. So that's the kind of stuff that they're doing to get their money that they're trying to get. So we have to take it with a little bit of grain of salt.
But my thing is you also have to take into account cultures. And for our culture, are we really going to show out for somebody that is promoting homosexuality, LGBTQ? No, because there is black men being gay is a huge taboo in the black culture and that we don't talk about. And especially if it's because we're a religious culture at the same time. And so when we talk about these things, it's ultra divisive. And that's what leads to people not showing up and showing out because and that's also what leads to the misogyny because we are as a culture, because what do you see in the rap videos? What do you see people talking about Megan Thee Stallion and they're like, oh, well, that hoe don't need it. And automatically she's a hoe.
You got 6 minutes. So I got to let everybody get on their closing thoughts. So go ahead. Go ahead, Quest. So the purpose of why I showed those goofy ass niggas. Hey, the purpose of why I showed those, and again, I never called you that. You weren't in that category. Like I said, bro, you were serious yourself into that.
For me, though.
You kind of did though, man. So you kind of did. And the thing about it, I showed those goofy ass niggas doing that because this is like some serious shit that happened right here. This is the last clip. This is the reason why I don't understand some of these goofy niggas. So literally before the election, historically black college, you know what I'm saying? Hey, why are you laughing?
You don't think the white people did that?
No, I get it. So again, you're missing the point.
Let Dirt talk so we can
time out.
The
exact point I was trying to make. You guys rebutted it with the point I was making.
I know you can gotta explain that clip.
No sense to me.
Okay.
I can't. That's the thing. I can't.
Okay, so that college that was burning, they lost their accreditation a long time ago, so no one's been attending that college for years. However, it's still a historical building. It's a HBCU, and it was set on fire. If it wasn't today, I think it was yesterday. I think it was today, though.
It was the day before the election.
Day before the election, yeah. So it's burnt up. So that's what that was.
Right. So again, when we look at that,
we haven't found who started it, but they're saying that it was started, like someone purposely
Of course, it was arson. But how convenient, you know, saying that again. We see that.
Because no one's there like cooking or anything like that. So.
No, I get it. So it's convenient, you know what I'm saying? And then we also saw that clip of a MAGA supporter confronting a black woman for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's just convenient. But these are, again, those goofy ass clowns, you know what I'm saying? In particular, Charleston White. And mind you, I didn't go to their page to get this shit. I got the comedy hype and just, you know, video recorded it. So they ain't getting nothing off of me. But again, so we got the goofies like Charleston White. We got people who are over here saying MAGA, 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 but they attack people who look just like you. It's the same reason why I was saying with the whole trans stuff. Again, when you see people doing stuff like this and you don't stand up for yourself, you're voting against your best interest. That's all I'm saying. I'm out with that.
Amen.
I don't have nothing else to say other than I'm tired of talking about politics.
This is we were going to have one after the election, you know what I'm saying? So we'll go back to our regular programming and talk about other stuff and whatever, but we had to talk about this stuff
talking about politics. This is
this is the stuff that affects our everyday life.
No, I get it, but like I said, my opinion is my opinion. I could choose.
Yeah, of course, and you're entitled to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You shouldn't be attacked for your opinion. You're entitled to it.
I disagree.
That's what
some people have dumb opinions, and some people aren't educated. So,
Melvin. Go ahead.
You can't tell people they have dumb opinions and say that everybody should be inclusive.
The earth is flat. That's my opinion.
You can't keep doing
that. The earth is flat.
This is why I keep telling you.
Dumb opinion.
Melvin, this is why I keep telling you, you guys lose.
We're not going to finish.
The Democrat Party keeps losing. I'm not even a Republican. I'm telling you why you guys are fucking losing. Because you say, hey, be nice to us because my feelings matter. But if you don't agree with me, fuck you because you're dumb. That's what you guys are doing. And on a grand scale.
Did that too.
No, but I do that.
Let me say something. Know they do that. You can't, but listen.
But I do that to everybody.
We can talk about this off because we got 1 minute. There's 2 minutes. The show's about to end.
You can't say you the moral compass and then do the immoral shit that you complain about.
No, I call
no doubt. Very true. Thank you guys for tuning in to Drop Your 3 Cents. This has been a crazy ass show. We will talk backstage. We are out. Peace.